Is a skyscraper. When he moves, the whole earth quivers and quakes, and an abyss of horror opens up.
The following program is rated TVMA for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Like close enough that we'll be able to watch it in its trajectory.
You should be able to watch it, I think, down to maybe binoculars. They'll be in that close.
Wow. Okay.
And I think it's honestly the same kind of technology that's been in place actually for quite a few decades that usually only gets put to use one night a year. And that's the radar that you can track Santa Claus on as he goes around the globe delivering gifts. I think that's the same system that they use. So.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to use NORAD for that, but okay.
Oh, is that the system that Santa uses?
Yeah, NORAD's pretty much tracking around the planet. It's not going to be.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people are tracking this object because
Right.
it's coming in so close.
Right.
It's not coming in as close as, the planet killer that's supposed to be here in 4 years. But maybe they're coming to take some of us away before the planet killer gets here.
Right. Now, is that from the Marvel universe?
No, it's actually.
Isn't that a meteorite?
It is. It is another interstellar that is supposed to come in. It is Apophis. That is another one that's going to actually. It should pass in between the moon and the Earth. It's going to come in that close. They're not really sure if it'll hit us or not, but projected that it'll come in that close. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I have that on. That one's on my calendar too. So April 2029. If this one doesn't get us, the next one should.
There you go. You know,
Well,
it's look forward to.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, and it keeps us on our toes. So, all I can say is that I hope that, people are prepared for whatever you want to call it. Let's see. If we want to give it a shot, I've got a couple of videos that we can watch really close because you know how well I do with videos for us.
You do amazing.
I do, don't I? You wouldn't believe the amount of floor space, training that goes into this. No, not really. Okay, so we will share our audio. Yeah, I over the last couple of weeks, I've seen a lot of different videos, but I tried to find them earlier and couldn't. So I did settle on a couple, though. Who's that?
That's Jules.
Oh, hey, Jules.
My headphones died, so I had to turn them off, so she can hear you guys. So she's talking to you.
Okay, cool. Hey, Jules. Let's see, what is... Oh, no, I don't want to cancel the import. Sorry. That's the new episode of Hook, Line, and Thinker that is on the screen right now. So where is my... maybe it's not going to let me go to the desktop. Well, that was good. It's not going to. So hang on. Listeners, thank you for being so patient. And viewers, it's still doing that. Why is it doing that?
While you're listening to Hook, Line, and Thinker.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you are.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
it's like the whole theme is troll stuff. Like they have like it's I can't remember right off the top of my head, but like it's it's like a novelty thing, but I think there's more to it than that, like we were saying. But yeah, go ahead, Oz. I'll try
I
to
was
find
just
out
gonna.
I'll try to find out the name of that town for next time, or
Yeah,
whatever,
do.
or message in the group. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry about.
I was just going to ask if you had ever seen the video of the people, and for some reason I feel like it's in Mexico or something, but they're sitting there with the camera and they're filming this little, it looks like a little dark clump on the ground until it stands up and walks away, and then they follow it. As they're following, it's darting from like behind the chair, and then it's like, oh shit, and then over to the behind the table, and it looks real, so real. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, is this the one where it's like in a house and it's got kids in it?
Yeah.
That one's
well, I think that's part of it, but that's not the same video. That's a different one. But I think it's something that they may experience quite often. But I do believe, if I think about it correctly right now, that they said that they captured it and they were caring for it. And basically it was, I don't know if it was hurt or not, but they were keeping it for its better welfare. And, so, I mean, if something like that existed, I would expect it to act exactly like it was acting there too, like,
right.
in fear.
When I was on one of my mission trips down in Mexico, there was a Baptist pastor. Him and his wife had been down there for a number of years. They adopted two Mexican kids that were disabled at birth, two twins, and they adopted they adopted the girl. Her brother was adopted by another Christian family down there, but he was telling me though, when I was down there, and his name was Ken, and I don't remember what his last name was, but anyway, when it came time to go actually do the adoption, it was so far up in the hills, and I want to say it was by, gosh, I'm going to totally forget the name of it. Oh, Oaxaca, which is actually way kind of up in the middle of nowhere, up in I want to say like up in the mountains or whatever, on the peninsula. I don't think it's on the mainland. So it's in Baja, if I remember right. But anyway, like the most excruciatingly wild journey just to get to this little shack that he ended up spending the night at prior to the day that he was able to actually adopt this little girl of theirs. And he said that there was something in this building with them. He never saw it fully, but whatever it was, so basically shot up out of a pile of wood and up through this hole in the roof. And the hairs on the back of his neck stood up. He actually couldn't get out of there quick enough, but he had to wait until the next morning though, because that's when they were going to finish the adoption process, which down there can take forever. But to hear him talk about something like that though, he's not the kind of guy to create or elaborate or make anything up.
What would the point be?
Thank you, because that just saved me several words that I was looking for. So, so I mean, it's a big wild world out there that we have absolutely no idea what all is. What all.
I also think one of my views on it is if these were fairy tales throughout history, if these were stories, or whether they came from something or not, whether they exist anymore, whether they're extinct or whatever. Did I say whatever 26 times? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, with the coming of the Nephilim and stuff like that, I believe that they would play on the human psyche that way, that they would recreate that which people have often talked about, thought about, warned about, things like that. So that could be the case too,
Right.
And there are a lot of those characters in a lot of different cultures that are the tricksters, the jinn, the pixies, the imps. They're known as the tricksters, the jackals.
Right. But then the 20th century rolls around. It's all dismissed as fantasy and folklore. Because now we're in this modern age.
Well, right.
And it just doesn't come from nowhere.
And what would that accomplish? Okay, that would accomplish people either thinking they're going crazy, being shunned away from other people, not much good would come out of it, really. I mean, because there's not going to be any hands-on physical evidence right there for somebody to say, "See, I'm not crazy."
Right.
So it's going to mess with the human psyche, and it's going to cause havoc, which is what
Depending
they're
on their
all
origin,
about.
depending on their origin, though, I can see where creating a sense of fear might be one of their goals. And if that's a goal of theirs, then that totally makes sense. Because it does, to a degree, whether you believe in it or not, it is not necessarily something to be feared. But you got to admit, though, there's this like weird lurid fascination that goes.
Creep factor.
Exactly.
The cringy creep factor.
The unknown, like we often fear what we don't understand.
Yeah, I mean that's our common first reaction is to fear something that we don't understand. We want to either destroy it or capture it and make it uncomfortable.
Exactly.
For our own damn
okay, this
shit.
is a little bit disturbing, and I don't know. I think this was all recently. I've seen a number of clips from different sources on what has recently happened down. I think Carnival might have just happened down in Brazil recently. This I don't know if it's like this every year, but this last Carnival actually was pretty messed up. And oddly enough, what happened in nature right after the parade or after the celebration was nothing more than the hand of God, honestly. Anyway, I believe this is one of the clips from Carnival.
But we've got this.
I can't remember. It's called like Ghost Hunter or Ghostbusters.
Okay.
It's Sean,
You
Sean
have
and
so
Bez.
many of them.
Sean and Bez. Sean and Bez look for ghosts.
Okay. It's different to talk about it though, as compared to actually going out and putting yourself in a position where you might actually just encounter something.
Yeah, no. If I did it, I'd just run away. I'd be terrified. I know I would. I mean, it's like my position is basically I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe any of the stuff, but I'm really scared of it.
Right. No, I'm with you. Actually, where we live, we are right in the heart of Sasquatch territory.
Right.
Because we're in Washington State. The county that we're in even is bordered by other counties that have some of the highest sighting totals in the country or around the world. So, and we pretty much living here, we kind of grew up with that whole like legend and lore and all that.
Yeah.
And we've gone out a couple of times ourselves as a podcast to go see if we couldn't find anything during the daytime, but we didn't. So
we found some weird stuff, but it was not.
We did find some weird stuff. Sure. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you didn't find a Sasquatch then?
We have not. Now the interesting part though is that the Dogman.
I am surprised.
You're not surprised?
If
we ever do, I'll send you some blurry photos.
Yeah.
So you'll know that we did actually see
that you faked.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I wanted to ask about the wolf, the dog thing, because of the fact actually been cited around here, and what it is, it's a modern day werewolf.
Right. Okay. The Wolfman is based on old horror films. I don't believe in it.
We call ourselves that. But we don't believe. Okay. No, that's fair.
Yeah, we call it, it's like Spinal Tap. You know, we believe in. We say love your brother. We say it. We don't believe in it. No, we don't believe it. We say it.
Did you see where there's a new Spinal Tap, by the way?
I saw a trailer for it. I
Yeah,
saw a trailer.
very
It's,
excited about
it's,
that.
it's a really good idea reforming Spinal Tap. Apparently, it's
Oh
never
my gosh,
existed.
no doubt. Um, so well, let me ask, kind of along the same line, with all your travels and all the places that you've ever been, because this one might be a little bit different. Have you ever seen anything like up in the sky that you couldn't explain? Like
No,
there was a no, not wow,
no,
because it's
no. But I sort of uh, you know that thing about people say they see lights in the sky and it disappears and it reappears,
right.
right? Well, one afternoon when I lived in London, I lived in this penthouse. It's on the 6th floor. One of those big, you know, those big weather traffic balloons.
Yeah.
It was a really windy day, and the engines went out in this balloon, and I could see it out my window. I mean, the whole city was looking at it. It was on TV, and I
Right.
was just staring at it. I was staring at it, and it disappeared. And I thought, what the fuck? And it's like, and then I walked to the, yeah. Then I walked to the back of the apartment and went out on the balcony, and it was there. And it was just a gust of wind had blown it really, really fast. There was
Really?
nothing,
Wow.
yeah, there was nothing supernatural about it. I mean,
Right, right.
the entire city saw it. It was a Tuesday afternoon.
See, there's that Tuesday again.
Is it? Is
Amazing
it
things
Tuesday?
happen on Tuesdays.
It is Tuesday today, isn't it?
It is. Yep. 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 So, cool. Well, like I said, I want to say thank you again for the last 5 years. I know you weren't on totally solid with us, but you were there for the bulk of it, though, so that was good. So I appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity, Darren. I
Yeah.
mean, DJ.
Well, hey, whatever. No, and I'm glad that you were. I'm glad that you were available. Even Mrs. Diggler was able to come on a few times too, which was nice.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was fun.
Yeah.
You were very welcome here.
Well, thank you. I totally appreciate that.
I enjoyed your visit.
Yeah, I know. Do you know it's already been what 4 years?
I know I have my girls still ask me, what's up with that friend of yours that came out for a while?
And you say,
I go, yeah.
and what's your pat answer?
I told him, I mean, I wish you'd travel more often.
Oh, that makes one of us. If I could do it without flying in a plane, I would.
You know what, man? You pick a bad spot to hang out, I guess. To me, Seattle's just so dingy and wet and dark. If
Oh
you
yeah.
lived in New Mexico or Arizona, it's just beautiful and sunny and warm.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, you don't have to. You don't have to tourist board me on that. That's true. Well, who knows? But yeah, maybe there's a picnic down the road there somewhere someday. Guys,
Sure.
this is DJ D Phoenix on Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast, the finale, and we've been hanging for a few minutes with one of our original panelists, Sergeant First Class Diggler. Diggler, thank you again so much.
Love you, buddy.
You too, man. And guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is DJ Triple T. Tune in to Hook, Line, and Thinker every Monday and Sunday. And we got some great content for you. So y'all need to check it out. Only here on the Groove Zone, baby. Let's go.
Not for very long, but for a little while. So there again, I appreciate that and thank you. Before we wrap it up here in just a minute, do you have any last shout outs to do?
Ghost Posse of Reno, Nevada, my old friends in the Ghost Posse group, and to Dennis Whitehead in particular, a good friend and an excellent horror author. I recommend you look up his books. He's very, very good. I'm partial to one called Ghost Town in particular.
Okay.
definitely
Okay.
check it out.
Cool. So audience, do that. Do check it out. Well, Hero, I'm looking forward to working with you again down the road here in the very near future, I'm hoping.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that as well.
Good. All right. Well, so on behalf of Hero Protagonist and myself and the rest of the panel, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this. And don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with another panelist here in just a minute. I'm DJ D Phoenix, Hook, Line, and Thinker podcast. Okay, cool. Thanks, buddy.
In prime form that day, obviously. Actually, I was a little bit under the weather the entire time that I was out in Indiana, so that might explain the fun, funky attitude that I had going on there. I don't know. Anyway, so that was actually from, what was that? Late September, I believe. So that's going back just a little ways. So let's do one more. The next one is from May 23rd. May 23rd. And this is
this year?
Yeah, I don't know where this is. I think this might be in one of the islands, but I'm not sure. And let's get this puppy up here for you.
Strange events are happening all over the world right now.
I mean, they say it's gonna be thunderstorms, but I don't think that's.
Oh, I didn't know that. Whenever you see thunderstorms, there's always going to be a UFO in the sky.
Yeah,
But look at the sky though. That is the only cloud in the entire sky.
It's
Yeah.
just here.
It's just that group right there.
Yeah. Well, there's if you've got hot air and cold air
Right.
up in the
Oh,
upper
you love it.
atmospheres, that's always going to create thunder and lightning.
Right. Well, and that's what some of the comments on this particular video had said too, is that really all it is right now is an electrical storm. It might look, right. It might look weird or interesting, and it's interesting for sure, but extraterrestrial, they'll probably.
Strange events are happening all over the world right now.
I mean, they did say it's gonna be thunderstorms, but I don't think that's.
Not only that, but it's not. It doesn't look like it's emitting from anything.
Yeah, because there's no clouds. It's just here.
Oh, I know what I was going to say.
Yeah, that just looks like that's what happens in the upper atmosphere when cold air meets hot air. That used to happen all the time from like the middle of August to September.
Okay.
In Las Vegas, because we would get the monsoon season.
Oh, yeah.
If you've got 120 degree down at the floor of Las Vegas, oh man, we used to get wicked lightning storms and those electrical discharges.
It's really it's cool
to
seeing
the
more
point where you would
show.
see my hair stand up, my dad's hair would stand up, my animals' hairs would stand up. It was crazy.
From like the magnetic field or whatever.
Yeah.
Really? So what I was going to say, I did remember this, and this is interesting because it almost goes to show what happens in a COVID or in a post-COVID world. A couple of the videos, and there were at least two of them that I almost put on here just for kicks and giggles. People don't know what event spotlights are. Like there hasn't been a club opening or some kind of big like Hollywood event happen in so long that they've seen, like, you know how when a club's opening and you'll see the spotlights.
They're all the time in Vegas.
Okay, well then these people that recorded these videos of the event spotlights didn't know what they were, and these. And that's that. Okay, well, so for more Hook, Line, and Thinker, you'll just want to tune in. We try and get those out somewhat regularly. You can find a lot of it online in different sites. You can go to our main website, which is darfox07, darfox07.wixsite.com/neoretrofm. That's darfox07.wixsite.com/neoretrofm. All right. Well, the moment we've all been waiting for is here. I'm very excited to be able to share my time with her with you guys. And so without further ado, let me introduce to you Saffron from Republica.
Love where you live.
Well, that's not Saffron.
I know you've heard that before. We're talking coast to coast, north, south, east to west. Do you love where you live? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about where we came from, where we're going, why that is. And if you don't like it, debate it. Call in, talk to me. We'll have you on the air. Give me your thoughts. But don't call me with just your opinions. You got to call with data, because without data, you're another schmuck with an opinion.
And that was Drop Dead Gorgeous by Republican.
Okay.
Gene, I need to know, has there ever been any time in your life where you've looked up in the sky, or not even necessarily in the sky, but have you ever looked like out there and seen something you couldn't quite explain?
Actually, recently, it just happened this summer. I was in West Seattle, looking out at the water. I was with my son, and we were at the top of this hill. We were looking out at the water, and all of a sudden, this light that looked like could be plane or something, all of a sudden streaks across the sky, stops, and shoots straight out. And it moved so fast and in a way I'd never seen before. And we both looked at each other and were like, "Did you see that?" And we're like, "Yeah, I have no idea what that was."
Swamp gas.
Yeah.
Swamp. How many swamps are there? Oh my God. And how much
In
gas?
West Seattle.
Oh my Lord. But how much gas do they emit? You know, because I think scientists need to come up with a new excuse, because that's really kind of like worn off.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's only so much swamp gas that can like spread around. Wow. And that was just this last summer.
Yeah. So, and it was weird. I mean, we looked at each other like, that was really weird. And so
Wow.
my son had another friend with us, and he was like, "Well, maybe it was a glitch in the Matrix or something. I don't know." I was like, "That could be too."
Don't explain it away, kid. Don't explain it away. Just deal with it for the extraterrestrial truth that it was. Wow. Now, was that your one and only time? And that's pretty.
Yeah, in recent memory. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, because in recent memory tells me that there is something else back there somewhere. Like when you were a kid, was there something ever that maybe like? I've only got one experience that I can.
That one's probably the most like vivid that I can remember.
Okay.
I've probably seen things as a kid that, you know, as an adult I could probably explain away, you know, but.
Right. Yeah, and I totally get that too, you know. But it's good to hang on to that imagination of a 10-year-old sometimes. Okay, yes. Okay, well, I'm going to move on to Dustin anyway. Dustin, same question. Has there ever been a time in your life where you've looked up and you've seen something you couldn't explain before?
Well, it wasn't quite like that, but when I was younger, like in my early teens, me and my cousin were walking down the street, and seemingly it went from nighttime to daytime for like 2 seconds, and then back to nighttime, and we both kind of stopped and went, "What the hell was that?" And we couldn't explain that. You know, it was like the sun came out. Like I could see across a school field and see all the colors of the houses on the other side of the field. Everything was the weirdest thing, you know.
But for just a matter of seconds, and then it reverted.
Maybe for a blink of an eye, you know. It was like that. And if it was just one of us, I could say, "Oh yeah, you stepped wrong, or you did something that jarred you." But we both kind of stopped and went, "What was that?" You know.
Wow.
So that was really unexplainable. That's the only time I can really remember something like that. Something that was like really creepy, like whoa.
And those kind of things, you know, and actually from what I understand, those kind of things actually happen more frequently than people realize. And those are the ones that you don't really hear that much about, because like you said, you know, it's like, oh, well, maybe it was this or maybe it was that, you know, and had it just been one of you, it would have been completely different, or had only one of you had experienced it, it would have been completely different. So, wow. Interesting. A fold in time. I've worked in the Matrix.
13 or 14. I'm hoping that when I'm real old, that's the spot where I go back in time. You know, where they just drop me in the daytime, back to nighttime. You know, but
you know, I'm not so sure. I don't know. I think I need to take my name off of the program list of people that want to be abducted at any given point, because I don't really know. The more I think about it, that I do. You know,
No.
No.
Scary. That'd be way too scary.
Yeah, and it's becoming more and more real as we get closer to June. I don't know if either one of you guys are aware, but June is the 180-day mark where somebody has to
pass over papers, all of them on what they know. Full disclosure is on its way.
Oh, the UFO and other things that have been declassified. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but we get the full gamut here pretty soon.
It's when is that?
Sometime in June. And it's because it came in on a bill. It was about that big, and they tucked it in there, and it was basically saying that the whatever office it is has to fess up, give all the paperwork, all the information, all the data to the requesting entity by June 30th, I think. So people are looking at this one of two ways. We're either going to totally find out what exactly is happening, because Trump knows. And actually, he almost blew it, I guess, here not that long ago. Newsweek reported about it. The New York Times reported about it. So the news sources are legitimate. I don't know. Interesting times to be alive.
We'll definitely see.
We'll definitely be having a show about it.
I heard about that actually. So,
and I think a lot of people poo-poo it still, because it's like, you don't want to. Shit, we're still dealing with COVID. Who wants to deal with aliens?
I don't know. You hear a lot of astronauts talking about stuff they can't explain.
Oh yeah.
Pilots.
No doubt. I just hope we don't stir up any bees' nests up on Mars right now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, whether it's little green men or whatever. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for those answers. I want to stay in that realm here for just another quick moment. And Gina, I want to go back to you, and I want to ask your views, or have you ever had an encounter?
It's a piece of skin, like leather. Can you guys still see the screen?
No.
Probably not. Okay. Okay, cool. So let me do this. I just need to get to my desktop real quick. Why isn't it letting me back out of that? Okay, I should be able to do. Oh, good grief. Well, you know what, kids? I don't think we're going to get to watch any videos because I can't figure out how to get to my desktop unless I do this. Okay. Well, of course, this is all going to have to be edited out, so this is so much fun. I'm going to miss this. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. So let's do this. Where are you guys at? Okay, try it one more time. And thank you so much for your patience. I'm glad you guys popped in, actually, because I wasn't sure who was going to be able to.
I wasn't sure.
That was well?
I said I wasn't sure, so I just jumped in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad, yeah, especially for short notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Party in the last one.
Oh! Well, I've said that a couple of times before, but like seriously, I don't know what to expect after tomorrow. Okay, so is it going to do it? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Can you guys see this? Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So this first one, yeah, it looks like this should be 31 Atlas. Oh, 3 Atlas, sorry. Okay, can you hear that okay? Okay, you know what? Yeah, it did, because what's happening is that now it's playing in, there we go. Yeah, now it's just playing for the entire restaurant to hear. So we're going to bypass that, and let's see, it should be no more screen sharing. Okay.
Are you in a restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's actually a gentleman less than 5 feet from me, and he's got his headphones on, but I don't want to disturb him or anybody else that's over on this end. So, let's see. We already talked about 3 Atlas, and the only other things that I had on videotape actually were going to be the other subjects. What was one of them? Oh, well, just off the top, the situation at the Mormon church today in what, Wisconsin or Michigan?
The bombing.
Yeah.
Stormy and Dizzy killed. They're still trying to figure out how many are dead.
What information do you have about any of that right now?
Someone drove into the church of full function and their car blew up. Somehow whatever he created was an explosive that caused a lot of damage and fire, and opened fired and shot several, but they're still, they haven't done a full body count because the place was still burning. There could be people,
Okay.
in the remains.
Okay. And
it was Mormon, the Latter-day Saints, Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. Their leader just died yesterday, 101 years old. Their current person who has been the head of their church for a long time, he just died yesterday, 101.
What happened? I was so big.
This is his story. So,
and I think that especially in light of everything that's going on right now, I think that's really important to keep in mind. There's no reason to, now that's not to say though that like nuclear war can't break out.
I don't think it's gonna.
But that's not to say that some of these things can't. But like, and I'm glad that Debbie brought it up again, which is the fact that sorry.
I totally own it.
He's the author. He is totally the author, the beginning and the end. And nothing happens without him knowing it or for whatever reason. And I think that's where we almost have to like take stock and know that things
he's got it under control.
Exactly. Even if they might be.
The Bible states it. The Bible states it over and over and over. If you got the cover of God, and you got your gospel armor on, don't fear it because you won't be hurt. Not a hair on your head will be touched. Now,
and
people
for
are
such a time as this, you guys, we are living in a time right now.
Yep.
For such a time as this, who knows what we are individually held to be doing as warriors. So if like here when we're doing this or when we go out in our real world, we are meant to imprint the love of Christ and be warriors. And that means loving. When I leave you, you will have felt his love because it only comes from him through to me. And then I get to, so we are really called to a higher place.
Right.
And for such a time as this, I'm excited. Woo, woo.
What we're supposed to do, we're supposed to cast the seeds. And if God says the seeds grow, the seeds grow. We don't sit there and push it. We don't push our deal on anybody. We know what we know, and we try to tell other people. Give them a hint of knowledge. And if we can tickle their ear just enough for them to take an interest in it, that seed's going to grow.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that I think at the beginning of this podcast a few years ago, I think I was a little more in fear than I am now.
Yes, you were.
I'm not fearful. I'm actually.
You avoided it at all cost.
What's that?
You avoided this kind of discussion at all cost.
And I'm really okay with it because the thing is that I know who I am in Christ.
I noticed that you've had a change. I noticed that.
And there is no reason to fear. That's not to say that this stuff isn't scary, but
it's supposed to be scary. It says right in the Bible, you're going to piss your pants.
It does. It says that people will want the mountains to fall on them.
Yeah, for lack of a better term.
Right. Piss pants, mountains falling, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Great convo, guys. And we're looking at a little over 2 minutes. Let's see if we can flip through one more video real quick, and then we're going to call it good for this part of it. What do I want to do?
I could do these things all night sometimes. I wish we could.
I know. If I thought that that would go over all right, I would. But okay.
Sometimes
let's see what we got. We've got 1 minute and 51 seconds. This video clip is 27 seconds long. Oh, AI on the way.
Today, we are announcing 3 new policing technologies in New York City. The K5 autonomous security robot, the Spot Digidog robot, and the Star Chase GPS attachment system. Our job is to fight crime and keep people safe. And these tools are significant steps forward in that vital mission.
We are here to get stuff done. Hashtag GSP.
And when they kill, they do it without prejudice, I'm sure.
It is totally fair. Another thing that I've seen lately too is that some countries have been purchasing for millions and millions of dollars these swarms of electronic or digital, almost like a bee. Yeah, like a bee drone that are
ones that can
going to take people out in mass.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as I hate to do it, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We've got more coming up right after this. But I want to really quickly thank DJ Dizzy.
Thank you.
Cousin Robin. And Oz, our former paranormal investigator, for this segment. Like I said, don't go anywhere. We've still got more of the show coming up right after this. I'm DJ D Phoenix from Olympia, Washington. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Guys, thank you.
Yeah. Much love.
Yeah, there's
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's just a couple times I can remember being Dracula and out with the buddies and like, I don't know, just causing a muck up on the train tracks and stuff like that. There used to be a place in town that we grew up in that like had like a legendary haunted house that you had to like wait in line to go see, and it was just like their house that they converted. But it was
okay. So it wasn't really on it.
Well, no.
At the time, you couldn't tell when you were a kid. You know, like it's right on the line.
Right. Oh, actually, I've got a great one that just came to mind because I was parsing through this trying to find it. I had a buddy named Max, and he lived on like 2 acres in this really, really old house, and his birthday was right around Halloween, and every year we'd have the party there. We played a big game of manhunt in 2 acres in the apple orchard. But his dad dressed up as a witch one year, and we had to like go into this room to get the candy from the witch, and like he was quite an animated fella, and like it scared the shit out of all of us because he was like sitting there and he had like the hair in his eyes, and he'd be like, "Come on, let me see it," and you'd give him the candy. He started doing shit like this, and like we all knew him. We're like, it's Mr. Lawler, but we were scared
his fucking mind,
shitless of him, scared shitless.
Oh my gosh! You know that's the thing that nightmares are made out of. Actually, that's the thing that ends a person up on a psychiatrist's couch for many years. You know,
exactly.
It's worth it, well,
what
you know,
about
I just what's that?
Do you have a memory? Dude?
What about you?
Yeah.
I think probably, well, one of the funniest ones that I can remember, and it just goes to show how young I was, but must have been like 6 maybe. And we lived in the suburbs of Seattle. So, you know, we're in a really large metropolitan area, even on the, you know, even in the suburbs. And for some reason, we decided that I was going to go as a mummy one year. And when I say mummy, I mean like just long strips of sheets that had been cut into strips and then wrapped around me and tied off. Let's see how long that lasts. By the time I was like halfway through Halloween or trick or treating, most of my costume was like trailing behind me.
Unraveled.
Totally came unraveled. Yeah. You know, and I don't know. I don't even know what I was wearing underneath, probably like pajamas or something. I don't know. Anyway, and I don't think that was a pillowcase year yet. I don't.
No. Yeah, before that.
No, that's
pre-pillowcase. Everyone remembers pre-pillowcase years, you know?
Yeah, then pillowcase years is when you start stacking.
Yeah.
Right. Where the look on their exactly. When the look on their face goes from like, oh, that's really cute to, oh, what's going on?
Yeah. Are you supposed to still be doing this? You have a beard.
And it's real. It's not a pop beard.
The rules are all out the window, man. We don't have rules.
You're right. Everything's love.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd say that's probably one of my favorite ones, or one of the most memorable ones anyway.
Cool, dude. That's cool.
Right, here we go. Hi, this is Marco Peroni, and you're listening and watching The Groove Zone, Olympia, Washington.
Rock and roll.
And then this happened during a service. Not sure if anything's related or who. It's just tragic of loss.
Right. Wow. So, because when you first started to say the leader, especially talking about the LDS. I was wondering if by chance you meant Warren Jeffs, but he was the leader of the FLDS, which was
Yes.
the offshoot. Yeah, but that's not who it was, though. Right.
And the gentleman, I'm not sure a lot about him, but he was married, I think, with children and nearly 40-ish years old.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, it's like, I mean, and actually one of the other things that reminded me of, or that reminds me of, was even the Charlie Kirk shooting from a few weeks back. Well, to a degree, because my point is that it doesn't matter who it is, what side of the fence they're on, what their politics are. Death is death and murder is murder, and none of it's right. It wouldn't have mattered who it was that was taken out, whether it was a MAGA supporter or somebody that leaned to the left. Death is wrong, right? It's sad, and that was the point. I don't know. John Lennon's tried to say it a long time ago. Give peace a chance, but I think this goes beyond that. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Well, has anybody heard anything strange or weird in the news at all this week beyond what we've spoken of? Sponge, anything?
That's kind of funny. No, just regular crazy shit that's going on.
Well, anything that like pops to the top of your head?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to filter through with everything. We are in such a crazy time, so.
Yeah, I know. Take your pick of weird topics. That's for sure. And I think actually that's one of the other reasons to wanting this to be the last episode is because it's a great distraction, but at the same time, though, because it is a distraction, it's like I'm kind of at a point where I'm feeling like there are other things I need to be doing right now besides conducting a weekly podcast. And I'm not saying this because I know anything, but time is short, and I think we all need to make the most of the time that we have, and without going into too much detail, it's just been a very interesting day on this end. So, want to remind you that you're watching and listening to Hook, Line, and Thinker, a podcast here on the Groove Zone Network, watching us on our YouTube channel, and listening to us on X5 Radio, and thank you very much. With me, I've got from the Tacoma era, Sponge. And Sponge has been on with us, wow. Oh, you've been on with us almost all 5 years. Actually, you have been on with us all 5 years, that's right. Happy anniversary, baby.
Right?
That's right, because you did talk to, because you were one of the first ones on me with Doug and Cade way back 5 years ago.
Ago, I just by chance happened to run across this video. This isn't Sasquatch or Dogman or anything like this. It's even a little weirder. I've always wondered how come there isn't more talked about the Black Hills and about the Capitol Forest.
And why they call it the Black Hills.
Right. Well, when you stop and think about how much land that covers, there's a lot of forestry up there. And I don't know. I mean, like, I know Tumwater kids have gone up there for decades to party.
Yeah.
Go Tumwater, T-Birds rock. But you never hear anything. You never hear anything about anything up in Capitol Forest.
We were too smashed. If we saw somebody who was like,
Right.
give me a beer.
Right. Well, it's probably Tim Schulte or one of those guys.
Oh, bless his heart. He passed away recently.
Yeah, I do. And we'll leave that at that. God bless him anyway. Anyway, so to run across this video footage totally tripped me out. It's not until until after he kind of makes an introduction into it until he actually says where it's at, because he says at first that it's up by Seattle, Washington, of course.
Right.
If you try to explain to anybody where we're from, you might.
It's like 11 miles from my home,
Right.
Is the growth. Yeah.
But how many times, if you've ever been like traveling or whatever, and somebody asks where you're from, I know most people just say Seattle.
Yeah.
I say Olympia.
Well, that's because you're a rock star, is why.
But
So,
I'm not from Olympia though.
with that being said, now I finally get to share this video with you guys, and this
Rockstar.
is really a trip. Like I said, it's not Sasquatch or any other
I
cryptid.
didn't see anything in it when I was looking. I didn't see nothing.
This one was hard to find, and I've got a message out to the guy because I want to find out more about this, and I still haven't heard anything back from him yet. So fingers crossed applesauce that he'll eventually get a hold of me. But
Applesauce.
in the meantime, we are going to watch and see what he has to say right now.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's relatively short, guys.
Hiker up near Seattle in a national park, feared for their life, had to run from like a miniature T-Rex, prehistoric little dinosaur. Right here's the only picture they got of it before they had to run, and they didn't want to become lunch. Right here, what do you think about this? Who knows? See?
I don't even know what.
But this is a bummer though, because you can't
see nothing.
Whatever it is was in the bushes, I guess.
Okay.
It is up in the Capitol Forest. I've not seen any news reports. I've not heard anything else except for this. Let's watch it one more time, though.
Hiker up near Seattle in a national park, feared for their life, had to run from like a miniature T-Rex, prehistoric little dinosaur. Right here's the only picture they got of it before they had to run, and they didn't want to become lunch. Right here, what do you think about this? Who knows? See?
There's the red circle again. Now, I do see something kind of sticking out of the bush, though.
Like at 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
It looks like a phallic symbol.
I was just going to say that.
Thanks, Debbie.
Oh, that was me. I was up there. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Debbie.
I said an appropriate view.
No, you did. I appreciate that. So far, I still at a PG rating, so I appreciate it.
I spy something.
I would like to know where the hell it's at, because I mean, I know what a deer would look like standing at that distance, right where it's at right there, and it wouldn't be really easy to see. And that is definitely Capitol Forest, and it's over by Camp Fall Creek.
Okay. But isn't that weird though? Because
I see something.
If there's any validity to this at all, this has got to be one of the first stories that I've ever heard about the Capitol Forest.
I heard a story about Capitol Forest probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago, where the I don't know if it was the National Guard or if it was the mainstream military had gone up there and they were blocking off roads. Now, 2-3 people verified, yeah, they were blocking off roads. You couldn't get into a certain area. One evening, because of 7 sightings of a Sasquatch on the same day by 7 separate people.
When was this?
I have like 6-7 years ago. I have not heard doodly squat about it since.
Wow, I've never even heard that.
And my cousin saw one. I'll tell you right now, my cousin does not lie, is not a liar, would not even try to fool somebody by saying this. But when he was driving down Sherman Valley Road, that first bridge, he looked to the right like that. He said what he saw, he was disturbed. He told me and my father, he called us that day, and he says, man, he goes, guys, I saw, here's what I saw. He goes, I turned around as soon as I could and went back across the bridge. It was gone. It was squatting in a creek, he said, with his back to me. His shoulders were about 4 foot wide, it looked like. He couldn't see the ass. He couldn't see a tail or nothing like that. But he could see what looked like an elbow, like it was dealing with something in the, down, like it was squatting down Ethiopian style and messing with something with his back to him. He never saw it again. So I went up in the woods right there the next day, like a dumbass. I'll check it out. And I go all the way up in there, kind of like right across from where it would have been. And I didn't see anything, but I did get creeped the hell out almost immediately when I got right there and realized, I'm a dumbass. and I was looking over my shoulder the whole way out, but nothing. I never heard no noises or nothing. And I saw one tree break, which was a smaller branch break, but it was about 12 feet in the air. What would break that? Branches about that big around. So I've heard of this stuff up at Capitol Forest.
It's just that it doesn't get reported ever, really, though.
Right. I didn't report the shit I saw. That ain't no doubt it happened to me and my 2 friends with the triangle. I never reported that. What's the point?
Until our show.
Right.
That reminds me. Actually, you and I have been talking about doing a Dogman expedition at some point. Why don't
Yeah.
why don't you and I plan on one of your next available days? And I'd like to extend it to Dizzy and Stormy too, because they're close. Let's go to
Absolutely.
the Capitol Forest.
Yeah.
Well, let's do something.
I'm down.
Okay.
You can go
Stormy,
up to
would
the
you be up
Capitol
for
Forest.
that?
Stormy.
Stormy.
Stormy. Stormy.
Stormy, are you
Stormy.
there?
Stormy, you got a great look on your face right now.
Stormy's frozen. She's frozen in fear.
Hail! Hail!
Okay. Should we watch that clip one more time?
Okay. I'm trying so hard, and my signal is just.
Well, you know.
You're what?
My signal just keeps cutting out.
Oh, she's having buffering stream issues probably.
We can try. We
Okay.
can try because I didn't see it at all.
Okay. So what I said while you were frozen, while you were sleeping, is would you be up to do a day expedition sometime with Oz and Dizzy? Okay, cool.
5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, if I would have known that, I would have made you a cake.
A what?
A cake. You know, if I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry, that's a stretch. Yeah, so it's been a fun run. And Mama Heart, you've been with us off and on for the most part for 3.
I don't know. I was never really counting.
Well, no, but looking back at it, though, it is kind of a trip, though, because I cannot believe that this many episodes have passed and we've gotten this much footage. Hopefully that most of it's still out there in cyberspace. So, you know, and the thing is that if either of you ever get, you know, all sentimental and, you know, reminiscent, you two can always turn on, you know, the computer and find yourselves online too. So, you know.
I think that's why I started my Mama Heart channel a long time ago, was so that my grandchildren, time from now, my eldest is turning 16 tomorrow, but down me speaking those videos, they'll be able to find me and then hear Nana's encouragement when they were little humans.
Right. And I think that's cool. I mean, because I know that, you know, if it were, 30, 40, 50 years ago, it would have been the same for us had this been around. You know, but we kind of lucked out and all we got were, 8mm film and Polaroids, I think.
Although from Grandma Fox, they did take some of those old footage and put them on a VCR years ago.
On a VCR, I've heard of those.
But yeah, you know, but technology is amazing and grateful, although it can cause problems, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Social media, the kids get their identity with a false sense of reality, which is a little sad because the real lifing is kind of getting less and less.
Yeah, no doubt. My favorite part is how entranced and how engrossed we are in those little screens, regardless of where we're at. It doesn't matter. You could be walking across a crosswalk with cars on either side of you ready to take you out, and it doesn't matter because you've got your screen in front of you, your face is planted in it, never mind the angry drivers that are waiting for you to cross the street so they can get going. Like, not that that's ever happened.
People doing that in their vehicle too.
Oh, no.
Jay will say, that person that is slowed down on the freeway, they must be on their phone. We go around and they're literally on their phone. Energetically, they're not able to keep up speed with the phone in their hand on the screen.
Because it's part of the great conspiracy to bring our attention span down to that of a goldfish.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that we kind of saw the beginning of that, at least this generation, years ago when MTV came along, because it took. What? You're already saying no.
I don't think MTV brought our attention spans down that much. But I'll tell you what,
Okay.
TikTok,
Yes.
Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Right.
in people's brains where they're starting to process like
ADHD boy over here where it's like I look through those snippets all the time, and it's like they don't come through fast enough or in multiples enough for me to track.
Right.
But other people are just like that becomes their norm, and I was like, yeah, it's not good.
So it is a trap, and the energy of using the screen and humanity becomes less and less valid because you're not connecting. We were wired for human contact and connection. We are wired for that, and due to the screen time, depression, anxiety has heightened, and the dopamine, serotonin of those hits is become such an addictive energy that let's just ask ourselves, why did the people who created these social medias not let their children on those social platforms until their brains were wired up after 18 years old? Someone must ask the question. I mean, I did.
Well, yeah, and I don't know. And I've kind of realized this over the last. It's been about 10 years. I walked in on some friends of mine, a large-sized family, on one of the holidays, I think it was, back in about 2016, and I had stepped into the room, and I realized as I'm standing there waiting for somebody to acknowledge me that all 7 or 8 of the family members, every single one of them, regardless of where they were in the big like dining room area, like living room or kitchen area that was all basically just one big space, every single one of them was all totally like entranced in their phones and nobody was communicating with each other. And I just thought, this is a really odd picture. I mean, even down to the youngest one at that, well, not the baby, but the youngest one who wasn't that old, and they had their face in a video game or on their phone or something. And I just thought, wow, and maybe some of them were even talking with each other. I love that when that happens. You're sitting next to somebody and texting them. Anyway. Do I sound like my grandparents yet?
Well, at our house, when we had the university kids coming out, the thing was put your phones at the door so we have real connection. And when kids would leave, they were adults, whatever, but they would say they had the most fun because there was absolute just conversations going on without that appendage, and it was really quite beautiful.
Right.
The first thing that happened, my daughter did apologize. She said, "Hey, you guys, you never want to come again. This is my parents' house, but you're having fun. So if you want to come back, this is the rule." And it really created. They came back every time my daughter had parties. The university kids would come because they were actually really having curious conversations and engaging. It was fun.
And that's awesome. That is actually really cool. But it's sad though if that's the